There comes a day, somewhere between despair and awakening, when the empath, that delicate vessel of feeling, discovers that compassion has turned into a cage. It is a quiet but seismic realization that one's capacity to sense, to mirror, to absorb the sorrows of others has become an invisible chain, binding the soul to lives not its own. The spell breaks not with anger, but with clarity. It is as if the fog of centuries dissolves, and what was once perceived as virtue now reveals its shadow possession. I have spoken often about possession not in the primitive or supernatural sense alone, but as a psychological condition, a state in which a human consciousness is overtaken by an archetype, an emotion, a complex. The empath's tragedy is that of the self which is too open, too porous, whose boundaries dissolve in the waters of collective pain. When you love without the structure of discernment, the archetype of the Savior enters, and when the Savior descends uninvited, he does not heal, he devours. To understand this, we must descend into the labyrinth of symbols that structure the psyche. The empath lives at the threshold between the personal and the collective unconscious. Their sensitivity is not merely biological temperament, it is an ancient inheritance, a psychic organ formed for survival within the tribe. Once, this gift allowed one to sense the invisible currents of danger, to anticipate storms in the hearts of others. But in the modern world, where psychic contagion spreads faster than the wind, this organ becomes a curse. The empath is flooded, intoxicated by feeling that is not theirs, hypnotized by the archetypes that animate the suffering around them. Every emotion that enters you is a visitor, but some visitors, if unrecognized, become hosts and you the guest. When the empath weeps for another,